And just I'm sitting here. I put my corn on the coals, and I'm sitting here. This is all the trees, and I love this giant fir tree. It's some kind of pine, and it's just moving a little bit back and forth with a light breeze. I don't know if you can see it. Well, no breeze now, but it was moving back and forth in the breeze, and I've got all these trees here, and then this one, that's an oak, and a lot of the acorns have been dropping down on the ground. That's why I got interested in, like, oh wait, you can do stuff with acorns. And I get ambitious. I'm like, sure, I can make acorn flour and I can do all this stuff. I'm not a prepper. I'm just like interested in learning about things and making things and creating things. So that's why I do that. And half the time I don't end up doing it, but I'm like, I just want to know. Like my son Sean, he's like, well, Mom, I know a lot of useless trivia, but you know, it's not useless to be educated and have knowledge, is it? I mean, it's cool. I love reading. I think the internet is like a giant library for just for me. And when we lived in Winthrop, which is, you know, it's a couple miles from here. Well, it's actually 17 miles. And then you have to go around down to our old farmhouse, which was once owned by Rutilus Alden, who's a descendant of John and Priscilla Alden. And we had a photo of the house with a sort of typewritten thing. He was big in the farming community at a giant farm. Yeah, cars are going by, but it's not going to be for long. But some people cut through over here from one road to the other, but you know. Anyway, that farmhouse was the best place I remember living as a child because it was so cool. Many rooms and a barn and a dog and cats, and you know, we had so many cats. My dad got them to get rid of the rodents, and they multiplied like cats do. And my sister and I shared a room for a while until I got my own, and then my dad fixed up another room for me. We had 2 twin beds, and we used to lay in bed with the covers all Russ and put baby kittens under our knees. We'd put our knees up and make a tent, and my mom would come and say, any cats in here? And we'd be like, no, no cats in here. And they'd be scratching our legs. And my dad was smart because he would go down the kitchen and shake a box of Friskies or something, and all the cats would go racing downstairs, and he'd put them out in the L, which is the L is an L-shaped breezeway, not breezeway, it's an extension from the house to the barn that is inside. It's a building that attaches the house to the barn, so you don't have to walk outside in the winter. And when we first got up there, we came from Sharon, Massachusetts to Winthrop, Maine, and the furnace wasn't working. My dad had to get a new furnace put in, and it was cold. And you got that in, but there was no bathrooms in this house. There was a 2-seater outhouse down in the L. So we had to go out there and use the facility. It was indoors, but unheated in November in Maine. And there was a sign on the wall with this guy sticking his head out of the toilet, and it said, "Goodbye, cruel world." And we thought that was so funny because bathroom humor to kids, it was like, oh my God. And my brothers took that sign later after Dad got the bathrooms put in and hung it in their bedroom because they, you know, boys and bathroom humor. But I remember going down there in my jammies and my big fuzzy slippers in the winter, and it was cold, you know, running down to the outhouse in the winter and then running back up to the house. And it was, you know, my mom probably was like, oh my God, give me a bathroom. And my dad put the bathrooms in right away, but that place was really cool for me as a kid. I loved it there. And we had a dog named Rascal, a farm collie. She was a little collie, and she was the best dog. She used to come with us in the woods. on our outings, we would go down. There's a motorcycle. Hey, Mrs. Motorcycle. And we would go down to this. We would walk out back the house. It was fields, and there was a little stream, and there was a flat rock that was put over the stream as a walkway, and there were forget-me-not flowers, little blue flowers dancing there, forget-me-nots. And then we would go up into the pine forest, which was, you know, all carpeted with pine needles, so it was easy walking. And we'd go up over the hill and come down to this brook, and there was a flat rock there, which we would have a picnic on. And Rascal, who wouldn't let us give her a bath, would stand in the middle of the stream and be like, ah, as only dogs can do. She wasn't that big. I mean, she was big to me because I was little, you know, but I loved that place. It was just so great, and I'm really happy to be back in the area because everyone here is so nice. You know, it's a nice area, and they know everybody, but they're respectful and nice, and you know, I'm so happy and grateful to be here grilling corn on a lake in Maine. That's all I can say is thank whoever is looking out for me to help me find this house, because it's really, really nice, and the situation we were in before was obnoxious. And this place is cheaper than an apartment in Waterville, Maine. I don't know how that happened, but oh my God, it seems like someone out there is looking out for me. I don't know if it's my dad or the universe or whatever, but thank you, guardian angel. This is really nice. Want some corn?